My ex-girlfriend I was with for 5.5 years, when she was a full-time student at college, man, that's all we did was, when I went to go see her on the weekends, we would have sex in her car. And, because she had a roommate, you know. After this, I met this young Jamaican chick, you know what I'm saying? Fine, young thing. She was in college as well. I would pick her up at night, every time. Sex in the back seat. This older Jamaican lady, she was actually married. She had a husband. We messed around like 2 times in the back seat. I met this chick at the gym. I bagged her because she just kept her eye on me, kept looking at me. She wasn't really my type, body-wise, but she wasn't ugly, you know? First time we hung out at like this like walk area. We smoked, whatever, 10 minutes, and then I said, let's go to my car. She's topping me off in a whip. After I nutted, she said, that was fun. You want me to do it again? You know, and so forth and so forth. My point is, man, if a woman really likes you, she will have car dates. And that's what I talk about when I say car dates. All right? Now, my reasons for doing it should not be your reasons. I was cheating, you know what I'm saying? So I couldn't bring these chicks back to my crib because I live with my woman and stuff like that or whatever. But I know a lot of single men may just be weary and nervous. If you had some bad experience where you had chicks steal from you or chicks come over, I've seen it. Chicks don't ever want to leave your crib. You got to call police to get her escorted. If you don't want to deal with those things, also, you know what I'm saying? I understand if you're wary about going to a female's house, you should be. You don't know who has a key. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what kind of crazy baby fathers or ex-boyfriends or ex-husbands she has. Women lie. They may tell you they were never married, or, you know what I'm saying? Women lie. They may not tell you the full truth, so I get it. I understand. And even if you haven't experienced those things, if you're young, up and coming, or you're an older man putting yourself back out there, you should still be extremely careful. And don't think that you're weird for asking a girl to have sex with you in the backseat of your car, man. Don't think you're weird for that. And don't think that if a woman says no or stops talking to you or turns you down, that you're missing out on something. You're not missing out on anything, because there are other women out there that really like you for you and that will have sex with you in the backseat of your car. And not even just having sex with you in your car. They will top you off. I had this one chick that I was messing with, and I brought her home. I was just bringing her to the store real quick. We weren't even really chilling like that. And when we got in front of the house, I said, top my shit off. She pulled it out and she started going to work. No hesitations asked whatsoever. So, you know, not just that about a woman willing to have car dates with you if she really likes you. You should also want to be a woman's first experience. When you are a woman's first experience of something, you're always going to be on her mind, even after she moves on. I've had it done to me a couple of times where a woman double backed on me, checked on me. Oh, I was just thinking about you. You know, want to see how you were doing. And I'm like, you in a whole relationship. I see you posting on social media. You're happy. Y'all engaged and all this stuff. Y'all thinking about having a kid and all this stuff. He's the best thing that happened to you since sliced bread. And you checking up on me. So at first, she didn't really want to tell me the real reason what she wanted. She tried to make it seem like she was just checking up on me. And listen, we ended up on bad terms. Not on my end, on hers, because I was a dog. But the thing is, a woman will not check back on you if she's 100% happy, you know, or if something didn't happen where you were on her mind, where she just had to check up on you. Even if they don't actually reach out to you and DM you or send you a text message, they will try to stalk your page, you know what I'm saying, or talk to somebody who's close to you, try to get the scoop, the info on how you're doing, has anything changed, because you were her first at something. And when a woman moves on, if her new husband, boyfriend, boo, baby father, whatever, if he tries to do that thing or those things that you did with her as a first-time experience, you're going to pop up in her head. For example, back to the car dates, man. If you were the first dude she had sex with in the backseat of a car, you know, and her new guy tries to do the same thing or be spontaneous or whatever, she may say no, or she may do it, but the whole time he's screwing her, she's got you on her mind. You know, and then when it's all said and done, she's got guilt. She's like, oh, I should reach out to him. I'm kind of messed up that I haven't talked to him in a while, or see how he's doing. And, you know, I just had some backseat sex with this new guy. He was the first guy I did it with. Women think like this, man. Don't think I'm just making this crap up. You know, you want to be her first experience. Like my ex-girlfriend again. I was the first guy she lived with. The first guy she lived in another state with. We lived in Massachusetts together. We lived in Florida together. You know, if her current husband, if they decide to move somewhere else, move to a different state, you know, I may pop up in her head like, dang, I did this before. You know what I'm saying? Me and my ex, we got out of Connecticut. We tried something different. We came back, but we tried it. You know, if it was your first time taking a chick on a vacation, to a nice vacation, whether that's a cruise, you know what I'm saying, whether that's a luxurious vacation at the Bahamas or somewhere like that, If another guy does that, man, you're going to come up in her head. You're going to pop up in her head. She's always going to... Apologize, guys. My car is a hybrid, and it just said stop warning. It does this when it gets cold. It did this last year. If you don't let it warm up, because it's 40 degrees today. It's not freezing cold, but it's pretty cold, and the car's not used to this, so I probably should have let it warm up a little bit. It went away. But yeah, man, you know, if you first experience a major vacation, she's going to think about you, man. You're going to come up in her head. If you're the first guy she has sex with, you know what I'm saying, outside in the back of a building, you know, if you're the first guy that sent her flowers to her job, a lot of women don't get these things, you know. It's in movies, and it may have happened a lot in the early 2000s, late 90s, but dudes are not sending flowers to women's jobs, you know. A lot of dudes are not sending edible arrangements to women's jobs. And I'm not talking about on her birthday or Valentine's. I'm talking about just a normal day, just out of the blue. You ever see in movies where a chick comes home and a dude is sorry, so he has a bouquet of flowers waiting for her in her house? You know what I'm saying? Or at her doorstep, or somebody delivers them? That does not happen anymore. So if you're the first guy to actually do that for a woman, and some guy tries to do it again, she's going to think about you. You're going to come up in her mind. So it's always good. It's always good to try to be a woman's first experience of something. A lot of times it happens by mistake. Dudes are not out here dating women and say, oh, I want to be her first guy for this. I want to be her first guy for that. I know, at least for me, it didn't come out that. It just happened to be that way. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, fellas, man, you will have a lot of chicks try to double back on you and check up on you, you know, and again, a lot of them may not blatantly come out and say, hey, I was thinking about you, you know, I'm horny. They will just, you know, throw little hints out there. And again, I've had chicks reach out to me, and it wasn't just ex-girlfriends. I've had chicks reach out to me that I just had flings with, you know, just literally just flings. And the thing about that is they knew that we were just bumping and grinding. So if you check back up on me and you want to know how I'm doing, why would you care how I'm doing if we were never even dating? We were just hunching. That's it. So that's how you know she probably wants to hunch again, or something just happened where you came up in her mind. And again, it's crazy. A lot of dudes don't even realize. A lot of dudes be having sex with their chicks, and their chicks are thinking about other dudes. And these guys don't even realize it, man. But the signs be there a lot of times. The disrespect. Maybe she's not as into it as she was. You know what I'm saying? Maybe she's not as clean. You know what I'm saying? She's not shaving as much as she used to shave. A lot of hair everywhere. She knows you don't like that. Whatever it is, man. But my main point for this video was really the title. It really was. A lot of dudes are getting car dates, man. A lot of dudes are got chicks up in their back seat, man, in the front seat, man, just getting wild, getting crazy. I'm telling you right now, man. If you ever been driving late at night or even during the day, you see a random car just sitting in a random parking lot, tinted out, you know what I'm saying? Then eventually you see two people come out. I've seen them before. I actually did a short. If you look back into my shorts, man, I was in a Burlington parking lot. And this car was in a corner. You know, you got a huge parking lot where everybody's parked, grouped together, and then these people were just way off in the corner near the bushes of the parking lot. And then one car pulled up next to it. A female got out, or the guy got out and got in with the female's car, and they were in there for a good like 25, 30 minutes. I was actually on an important phone call while I was waiting to go inside the store that I had to take. So I saw the time, man, and I recorded them getting out in the short. So it happens. It happens more than you think, man. A lot of dudes be married. A lot of dudes be married and have chicks meet them on their lunch break, you know what I'm saying, in the parking lot, and they be getting it in. They be getting it in. A lot of times these chicks know these dudes are married, and vice versa. These females be married. These females be in serious relationships on their lunch break, and they gonna meet a dude. And man, it really is. It really is sad. It really is very sad. And that's why I said at the beginning, don't do it for the reason I was doing it. I was doing it because, you know what I'm saying, I was a cheater. So I had to bump and grind in the backseat of the whip or pay for a hotel, and I was not about to pay for a hotel. I'm not doing that. I'm sorry. You know, there are some guys that may do that, but I'm not getting a hotel to bump and grind. The backseat was just fine. But yeah, man, it's real. It's real. You know, don't ever feel like you gotta bring a chick to your crib to get some. Don't ever put yourself in an uncomfortable situation. You know, sometimes it's after the club, or it's after a long day, a long night. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you two just left the bar. A lot of times when people are getting to know each other, they going out on dates and they've been drinking, they just left the bar, man, you horny right then and there. So now you want to risk driving her to your crib, you know what I'm saying? Maybe having to drive her back or having her follow you to your, like, why? Why? If you two just got out of the bar, straight to the parking lot. And this is why tents come in handy. You want to have tents, man. Legal. You can have tents that are legal, but it's still dark enough that at nighttime you can't see. So yeah, man, straight after the bar, man, straight to the car. What is the point? What is the point of having her follow you or you follow her? You know what I'm saying? You're drunk driving because you got to eventually leave her crib, or she eventually has to leave your crib. That's just too much driving. And then sometimes if you invite a chick over your crib, you just got through smashing, y'all been drinking, she may pass out and want to stay the night. Or vice versa, you go to her crib and stay, and that's just not safe. It's not safe. It's not smart. I couldn't even sleep like that. You're going to have some dude that say, nah, man, I don't feel comfortable sleeping in this. She's a stranger. Yeah, we may be getting to know each other. We just had sex, but she's still a stranger. You get what I'm saying? And then vice versa. Females might say, oh, he's a stranger. He's a stranger. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel comfortable crashing at his crib. So, you know, that's why a lot of times car dates are just the best option. And before I end this video, let me just say, fellas, be upfront. Be upfront with women, man. Tell them what it is. You know, let them know. Listen, I want to have a car date with you. I'm not about to be spending money on dinners, wine and dine, all this stuff like that. I like you, you like me. Do you find me physically attractive? Because I find you physically attractive. Keep it real with females. Are you willing to have a car date? If she says, what a car date, tell her what it is. And if she says, can we get to that point? Do you think we get to that point maybe in a few weeks? If not, stop wasting your time. Do not waste your time. Because I do not suggest, again, bringing women to your crib, you know, to have sex when you really don't know them like that. Women be thieves. Women be friends with thieves, got baby fathers and brothers and friends that rob people and do home invasions, and it's really just not worth it. It's very risky, especially in today's times we live in. Women are very desperate. You have women that are working regular jobs and selling their bodies on the side, and also having dudes get set up, setting up dudes. Women are doing all these things. So 2020 and this year, 2024, and going forward, man, car dates should be the first sexual interaction you have with a woman. If you don't take anything from this video, take that. Your first time having sex with a woman that you really don't know, that you're, you know what I'm saying, you're trying to get to know, you get to that point, make sure it's in the car, man. Do not go to her house. Do not have her come to your house, and do not get a hotel room. That's just my opinion, man. You take what you want with that, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace and love.